Welcome to Talkin Baloney.
Calvin Cocoa Pop.
This is Booty.
Oh, gosh.
What's going on?
No script allowed.
What are you, some kind of bot? Come on, people.
Oh, yeah. You want a pickle, you gotta give him a pickle, right?
I want to be a movie star.
Wow, that sounds so interesting.
Fresh and quick.
Cheese, pizza.
Part of the Baloney Nation.
Jim Deezy.
You guys still there?
Welcome to Talkin Baloney. Myself,
Welcome.
Jim Deezy, and the big guy. What's going on, man?
How you doing, Jim Deezy?
Yeah, I'm just living the dream right now, man. Just in a safe, secure location, like yourself. We can't be in the studio yet, and got to bring the show to the fans, to the multitudes, the millions and millions watching at home.
Yeah, we're really bringing in the views lately.
Yeah, it's obvious to our listeners that we're bringing in the views because our special guest today is none other than Melly Mels, and we only have her on the show if the ratings are there.
Wow. Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Well, it's your viewers have spoken, I guess, and the powers that be, the producers of this show. Oh, that's right, the big guy said that it's a requirement to have you on. Apparently, it's a little spike in ratings or something.
Oh, wait, that's right. Yeah, he told me that I wanted to be more famous than him the other day, and I said, no, not really.
Well, for the sake of the show, it is kind of interesting to see if maybe you could be more famous than Jim Deezy. That would be interesting.
Oh, that would be interesting. A little competition. We're really good at competitions, aren't we, babe?
Listen, competition is good, but we always know the outcome's the same. I'm the winner. It's always been that way.
Of course it is. Of course. I think people like to hear our banter back and forth. That's just how we are.
I do want to say that while we have Melly Mels before we start this show, that we are all sporting this new Talkin Baloney gear that you can have yourself just by going to our show, going to our webpage and ordering up a hoodie. Oh, wait, you don't want a hoodie? Oh, what about a t-shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. And I think Melly Mels is sporting one of the new retro team gear shirts today.
I am. You can't really see it with my camera. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. And it's a PG rated. It's a PG rated show. Yeah. So anyway, Melly Mels is our special guest today. Actually, I think that's twice in less than 3 weeks, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah.
2 out of 3 episodes. And we're kind of tailoring this episode to Melly Mels because we're going to talk about Mark Wahlberg, and Melly Mels kind of likes Mark Wahlberg a little.
Yeah, I kind of like Mark Wahlberg. I actually like Donnie Wahlberg much more than Mark, because he is part of New Kids on the Block. But I did enjoy watching Mark on the Wahlburgers, and I do like some of his movies. So
let's be honest. You like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch only because he resembles myself, correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
That's what I thought. For the Baloney Nation listening, just so we're clear, she likes Marky Mark because he looks a lot like me, her husband.
You guys have a lot of physique, of the same physique, so
that's right. You can't see it. You can't see it, folks, because I got this big hoodie on. But boom, the guns are there.
You do
no
have
permit. No permit needed.
You do have nice arms. I do
Thank
like
you.
it. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna go easy on Marky Mark just because you paid me that compliment today.
Well, and I did some research on Marky Mark too, because I haven't done a whole lot of research on him, and I got prepared for the show actually today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have we ever done that, big guy?
I prepare every week. I think that's just a Jim Deezy thing.
I made coffee.
You did.
There you go.
And you put your Talkin Baloney gear on, so.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm very well versed in Marky Mark. I'm just waiting for the questions to begin.
Well, let's start right at the beginning. His
Let's do
breakout
it.
role.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Oh, are
That's
we
right.
are we talking about his music?
Well,
Well,
it's a part of kind of
yeah.
everything, right?
I mean, we'll
Yeah.
briefly talk about it because it was pretty brief music career. It was like, what, a couple
Yeah.
years?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was super brief because he had actually been in a lot of trouble. He got in a lot of trouble when he was younger. And Donnie had been the New Kids on the Block at the height of their fame. He actually wanted to get him out of trouble. So he got him started with the Funky Bunch. So he was
yes,
being
Marky
a good
Mark.
big brother.
That's nice. That's really nice. You know, we all appreciate the family values that he brings to whatever it is you call, whatever it is this Block Nation is.
And Jim, what was his breakout music hit?
Good Vibrations by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. And he did Wild Side, too, a remake of the Wild Side song, remember?
Oh, yeah. The original by
Take a-
Lou Reed is a classic.
Yes.
And then you have the Marky Mark version.
Where they kind of just kind of ruin the classic. I'm just, being fair here.
Yeah,
Little-
I didn't feel it, the vibrations on Wild Side.
No.
I don't know that I've heard
But-
that song.
But I guess if you take your shirt off, you oil yourself all up, you splash
Yeah.
around in puddles and stuff, I guess, hey, it sells records.
Well, and that was kind of his next big thing was the modeling Calvin Klein
Yeah.
underwear,
Mhm.
Yep.
which of
I've
course,
also done myself.
You had
Never on a billboard.
are those warrants still outstanding, or did that get cleared up yet?
They're cleared up now. We're good.
Okay.
Yep. You go streaking, folks, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think the first movie that I remember seeing him in was The Basketball Diaries.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I skipped that one just because Marky Mark.
Well, it was Leonardo DiCaprio.
The Leonardo man.
It was a story of a group of kids who played basketball, but they got into drugs in high school, and they all kind of went down the wrong path. And DiCaprio was the one who got himself straightened out and became an author, and he wrote about his character wrote about the drug problems, and he re-encounters Marky Mark, years later, and he's still like a messed up druggie.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like his true life when he was younger.
Yeah. Well, he was in a lot of drugs,
Yeah.
which is why, Donnie was trying to get him involved in something else.
Yeah, I will say this in defense of the Walt. I like the Wahlburger brand. I like their burgers. I've never had one, but I like the presentation of their product. But
I guess that counts for something.
yeah. But I will say, how is Marky Mark their spokesperson?
Well, the Wahlburgers chain is it was started by their brother Paul, Chef Paul.
Yep.
And then they decided to expand and make it a franchise. So Donnie and Mark both own part of Wahlburgers.
Right. So Mark is taking that absorbent amount of money that he's made, making some, not going to say great movies, but B-roll, C-roll movies, Transformers, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I think as we go through his list of movies, you'll actually be surprised.
Yeah.
He had a heck of a run of really top films and some critically acclaimed movies as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's dive into this.
Okay, well, I think his breakout role was 1996, the movie Fear, with Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon. Yes. It's very young Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon. And he's basically a creep in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like a stalker. It's kind of a fatal attraction, but with like teenagers.
Yeah, I believe this has Alyssa Milano in it too, doesn't it?
It does.
Ah, yes. Alyssa Milano.
What
If
year
I
was
didn't-
that again, Joe?
96.
96. Okay.
Yep.
I
1996.
don't know that I saw that. I probably did, and I just.
You would have a whole different liking of Mark Wahlberg after seeing that movie.
Is it really? He does a good job with it.
Oh, he
Being the creeper.
plays
Yeah.
the creeper role to the T.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
Big
think a
time.
lot of people disliked him.
Yeah.
Because of that movie. He was like
Right.
so believable as a creep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's it's beyond creepy. I mean, there's some scenes in the movie where you're like, holy crap, like, you have to really be a creep to play this part to be that good at what you're doing.
Oh wow.
So that movie was like a cult hit. It didn't really make a lot
Yeah.
of money, but it established him as, hey, maybe he's an actor.
Yeah.
Right.
His next movie was critical and commercially successful, and it was Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen Boogie Nights. And
Yeah.
Melly Mels has seen Boogie Nights.
I have. They talk about it on the Wahlburgers about the Wahlburger show about how his mom was really embarrassed about the Boogie Nights. Can you
Is this the
imagine?
one where he's like a porn star, right? This
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sweeping epic about the porn
Mhm.
industry in the 70s as it goes from being film-based and kind of like they actually tried to make movies that had tons of sex in it.
Yeah.
And then it became into the 80s when it was all like VHS tapes. And it was just, But we're not here to talk about porn. We're here to talk about acting.
Oh.
Mark Wahlberg.
Puss in
John-
Boots.
Yeah.
Great movie.
So
Wow.
John C.
Anyways.
Reilly is in the movie, and he plays Mark Wahlberg. Dirk Diggler
Mhm.
plays his sidekick and best friend. It was kind of his breakout role as well.
John C. Reilly, Melly Mels, for you that don't remember, is Will Ferrell's alternate ego in Step Brothers.
Oh,
And
okay.
and in Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
The Dewey story, Walk Hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dewey
recall
Cox.
story.
Dewey
Yeah.
Cox.
So he did
Okay.
other movies.
Yeah. Oh, good
Again,
times.
The critical acclaimed movie Three Kings.
Yep.
Mm.
That was with George Clooney.
Yes, military movie. This was actually a pretty good movie, and I will say, Mark Wahlberg, kind of maybe a little bit of a breakout movie, in the action realm.
Yeah, so this was the director was David O. Russell,
Mhm.
who Wahlberg would work with a ton more after this. But it was it was critically acclaimed, and it was another box office hit for him.
Yeah.
Was it more of a draw because of Clooney, or was it actually, Mark Wahlberg pulling in the ratings?
Well, he's clearly the supporting actor to the George Clooney
Yeah.
show, who was really hot at the time. But
Yeah. Okay. Just so we're clear, it's main star was George Clooney, Melly Mels. Just so you know.
Well, it also in my research it said Ice Cube was part of that as well. He was one of the actors.
Yep.
so it was
Also reigniting his own career too.
did it?
Yeah, not really. But it's Ice Cubes. It's Ice Cubes. We gotta give him some props.
Yeah.
So it's important for Wahlberg because it was working with a top director.
Mhm.
Boogie Nights was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, and then this is David O. Russell. These are like two of the top directors in Hollywood.
Gotcha.
Right.
So that never a bad idea to attach yourself to a good director.
Yeah.
Money. Printing that greenback.
So after that, he did The Yards. You remember that one?
So
I don't remember them.
briefly.
Was
I
it a
think
football
this-
game? Was it a football movie?
No.
No, this is a like a New York crime movie.
Yeah.
It was with Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You know
Oh,
Joaquin,
yeah.
the Joker.
Yeah, I do. Joaquin, I became a big Joaquin fan when he did Johnny Cash. I really thought he did a great job with that movie.
Okay.
So, are you saying Joaquin's a better actor than Mark Wahlberg? Just putting it out, asking the questions.
I don't know. I think I would
I
put
think
them.
you should say yes to this one.
I would put them in the same
What?
category. I think.
Not even close.
You're such a hater.
You know, Jim, it's okay to have different opinions.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes, it is. You know, I'm all
Having
for
said
you.
that,
having said that, I'm Joaquin Phoenix is not even in the same realm of actors as some of the other ones that are out there. That man gets into his role.
Well, I know he does. He did a great job as Johnny Cash.
Yeah, he did. He did a great job.
Him and Reese, they made a really great movie. Anyway.
Oh yeah, and he's better than Mark Wahlberg. But anyway, let's move on to the next.
well, I think the difference in acting is Wahlberg is good at what he does, but it's kind of limited. He doesn't really stretch beyond the basic character that he plays, whereas Joaquin Phoenix can do anything.
I would say Mark Wahlberg is more of if you just put Mark Wahlberg on a set and just said, just be yourself, you know, he's that guy in every movie. Like there's no, it's Mark Wahlberg in every movie he does. That's Mark Wahlberg. You could tell he didn't have to do a lot to change his body or change his acting style or anything to fit that role.
Right. So after that is The Perfect Storm.
Okay. So, Melly Mels, we've watched this movie many times. He reunites again with George Clooney.
Yeah.
And an all-star ensemble. I will say this is probably one of my favorite Marky Mark movies.
Oh,
The Perfect Storm.
Yeah, The Perfect Storm. One of my favorite movies. The Enola Gale, right? The crab ship or the fishing boat?
Andrea Gale.
Andrea Gale, that's it.
That was close, though.
And one of the stars is, I believe, Elizabeth Mastrantonio, who's also from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John C. Reilly is also in this one.
Yes, he is. Also, oh my God, there's like an all-star. It's an all-star cast in this movie.
It is. It's a huge cast. It was a mega popular book that it was based on, the real life event, like you said. Made tons of money. Really a high-profile movie. Probably his biggest high-profile movie yet in his career.
Great movie. And they show it they run the marathons where they show it on TBS, all the time.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about what I think is his first misstep. Planet of the Apes.
Trash movie. Straight up trash.
I don't think I watched it.
Nah, don't even waste your time, baby.
Yeah.
You don't even want to waste your time. It's not. Let's just say, Planet of the Apes. When the original stuff came out, it was believable. Planet of the Apes. Okay, hey, we all know it's not real, but hey, this is awesome. Man, you throw Mark Wahlberg in the mix of this, and it's just. It's not even Mark Wahlberg's fault in this one.
Yeah.
It's just a trash movie.
Yeah. I don't think it's Mark Wahlberg's fault, but I also don't think he was the right person for the role.
Nope.
Well, this is Tim Burton directed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The night before Christmas guy.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands, the Batman
movies
with Michael Keaton. Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
This movie was just a misfire, and it's a shame because there's been so many successful Planet of the Apes movies after this. This could have been a big franchise if they had done a good job. But.
You know, you change the main actor, or maybe somebody like Harrison Ford, you know, maybe Bruce Willis, some of our favorites. Maybe some Sylvester Stallone. Oh, Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Dolph Lundgren.
Get your hands off me, you dirty ape.
Stallone showing up on some mysterious planet with the sunglasses on, chewing on a toothpick. Great.
Chewing on a toothpick.
Yeah. If I could do a Stallone impression, I would have right there, but I kind of was waiting for you to try.
Oh, well, you know, hey, yo. Yo. You gotta take me to your leader. That's what I got.
That was pretty good, babe.
All right. Why don't we take a break now and come back with about 20 more films that Mark Wahlberg did.
Holy crap! You got that many?
Got a lot.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
a lot
done
of films.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
He's a busy guy.
I thought it was just Transformers and we were done.
Well, if you haven't seen a lot of these, it might go pretty quick.
See you when we get back.
Jim Deezy.
Hey, the big guy. Hey, did you hear the news?
I was going to ask you. I was just hearing everyone's talking about this Buzzsprout.
Yeah. Listen, we do a podcast.
We do.
A lot of people want to do a podcast, but
tons.
there's no other way to do your podcast without using Buzzsprout.
It'd be stupid to not use Buzzsprout.
They are legit with helping you start your podcast and getting your platform out there to everybody. Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, maybe SiriusXM one day. Who knows?
Maybe. They can even get you on Amazon's new podcast service, part of Amazon Music. And if you pay for 2 months of Buzzsprout, you're going to get a $20 Amazon gift card that you can use for stuff at Amazon. It's amazing.
We all know.
So if you want to start a podcast, all you have to do is click on the link in the show notes attached to this very episode. Follow that link, sign up, enjoy Buzzsprout, do your own thing.
Yes.
If you had to do it again, what kind of podcast would you do?
Yeah, we might go way down the other end of the spectrum, but we'd probably have to change our identities.
Yeah, that's the beauty of our podcast. We don't talk politics and religion.
No politics, no religion. But you know what? Buzzsprout will get you out there. And that's the whole point of a podcast.
And we're back.
Woo, back. Back on Talkin Baloney with the big guy, Melly Mels, and of course, your favorite guy of all time, Jim Deezy.
Maybe even Jim Deezy.
Yeah. And I did say Melly Mels second, though, because I'm willing to, give you your honorary position today.
Wow.
Right. He always likes to pretend he's better than me. It's okay. Whatever.
So we're talking Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
And we're moving along his filmography, and we're up to the movie Rockstar.
All right. I know Melly Mels watched this. This is the one where he's the rock star.
Oh, yeah. He's the rock star.
Yeah.
Like, it was in 80s. He was in, and then he gets to, it doesn't work out so well for him. He gets in a lot of drugs and stuff.
Yeah. You actually kicked me out of the bedroom when you were watching this.
Did I? I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, I do. It's still I hold it right here in my heart. Right here. You're like, get out. I'm watching Mark Wahlberg.
Wait, were you making mean comments about the movie?
I was saying this was like a smutty movie. It's Mark Wahlberg, blah, blah, blah. But, just little stuff. No, nothing big.
Okay. You probably deserve to get kicked out.
Well, Jennifer Aniston is in it, too.
Yeah, she played his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yep, and he walks all over her.
Yeah.
He's womanizer.
So he's like a tribute band rocker too, right? It's not like he's an actual like rock star.
Well, they were tribute.
He kind of gets a big break, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then they get a big break, and then that's when kind of things go downhill for him. He I believe, if I remember this correctly, he ends up the lead singer of a band that's already in place. They needed a singer, and so they put him in that lead. But then he gets involved in a lot of rocker stuff like drugs and sex and all that good stuff.
Yeah, they do a lot of covers of Def Leppard in that movie, don't they?
Yeah, I think at the beginning, they were like
yeah. Everybody wants a little sugar poured on them from time to time. Yeah. All right.
So from there is the movie The Italian Job.
Ah, yes, The Italian Job.
This is
now his movies are coming back to me now. He does have some fairly decent movies out there.
And this one's kind of famous for the car heist, which I believe was a bunch of Mini Coopers in the car chase, right?
That is correct. He had it's like 3 or 4 Mini Coopers. It's got Jason Statham in it. It's got I don't remember all the actors and actresses in these movies, but it's got a whole lineup in this movie. It's and Melly Mels. It's all done with Mini Coopers.
Hey. Yeah, because it was British, I think.
Well, they stripped out all the cars so they could steal all the gold, and this is actually a pretty good, decent movie. Like one's I can't remember the main actress in the movie, but she's like she can open any bank vaults and stuff. And
Charlize Theron was her name.
Yeah, that's her
Charlize
name.
And Ed Norton.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ed Norton. Great movie. Good movie. All right, I digress. Now maybe it's because Mark Wahlberg's not the main actor in the movie.
I see.
Plus, any movie with Donald Sutherland in it is probably going to be a box office smash anyway. So
I don't know about that, but I think this movie stands the test of time because of that car chase, the heist. It's like a memorable thing that you don't forget. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they did it with Mini Coopers. You don't see a lot of Mini Coopers in movies.
No,
not at all.
Like, the last thing you're ever going to hear in a movie is Arnold Schwarzenegger say, "Okay, everyone, get to the Mini Cooper." Just not going to happen.
Yeah, or Stallone with his, "Hey, yo in the Mini."
I don't even know that either one of them would fit in a Mini Cooper. We just start with that.
Hey,
I think that was in the Expendables 2. Wasn't that one of the jokes that Bruce Willis?
Yeah, they got into one of those little smart cars or something.
Oh,
yeah. It was pretty funny.
Although the Mini Cooper is a lot bigger on the inside than you would think.
Yeah.
I think. But.
Speaking of movies that you probably don't remember, the movie Four Brothers.
Listen, so I forgot he was in that movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. 4 brothers reunite, take back the neighborhood or whatever it is after they killed his mom. They killed the mother, right, in the movie?
Yeah.
Right. And they're not brothers. They're more like adopted kids, or it was like a foster home or something.
Yeah.
But it's Mark Wahlberg, Tyrese Gibson, Andre Benjamin, and Garrett Hedlund.
Yep.
And directed by John Singleton, another famous director.
Yep.
Recently passed away.
Good movie. Well written. Script well written.
Yeah.
Again, I'd like to point out Mark Wahlberg's not really the main character. It's like split out over 4 people, but anyway.
So his next movie is the sports movie Invincible.
Vince Papaya. Or Papaya. How is it? Vince Papaya, right? Papaya or whatever. Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles guy. Another good Mark Wahlberg movie. I guess I'm kind of, I'm taking the notches down a little bit on how bad I dislike Mark Wahlberg right now.
I think it's just because you're a hater.
I completely forgot that he did do a couple good movies out there that I really, and you know what I really liked about that movie? I love the scene where they're playing football at night in the pouring rain with the car headlights. Because I can remember playing football, like doing that kind of thing to play football over in St. Anthony's Field with the big guy and the brothers and the neighborhood kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just so we could stay up and play some football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pouring rain, snow, dark, didn't matter.
And this is a classic sports story along pretty much every underdog story, that the guy who's too small and too slow, but he works hard and makes the Eagles on this whim of a tryout. And based on a real story. And it's a Disney
based on
movie
a real story
as well.
It is a Disney movie. I did not know that. Huh. That's good. That's good. Cool to know. Yeah, now we actually watch something on Disney Plus instead of paying all that money every month not to watch anything.
Okay. How about The Departed? One of my favorite movies, I think, of all time.
Isn't this the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? Where it is, right? Yes. And I remember this. Okay.
Jack Nicholson.
Yes.
It's loosely, well, first it's adapted from a movie from Hong Kong called Infernal Affairs. But it's also directed by Martin Scorsese.
Mm-hmm.
And they loosely based it on Whitey Bulger, the real-life criminal in Boston. Yeah. So Jack Nicholson plays that character. You have DiCaprio and Matt Damon as like the two sides of his mentor. DiCaprio being the street kid who grows up to be the cop who's undercover, and Matt Damon who grows up to be the policeman who's corrupt. And Mark Wahlberg's another cop. He's not actually a main star of the movie, but it was a big role for him to be in such a huge movie.
Oh yeah, and to be in any movie with Jack Nicholson is kind of like you kind of made it in a way.
Yeah, that's big time.
That's big time. Yeah. Those are powerhouse actors right there.
Yeah. And I'm sure it won some Academy Awards because it was awesome.
Yeah, wasn't that where was it filmed out of? You said Chicago?
No, it was a Boston movie. So
oh yes,
Wahlberg got to do his Boston accent.
Boston.
Yeah.
Filmed in Boston.
Yeah, it got him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor and a Golden Globe nomination.
Somebody's got the Wikipedia page pulled up, don't they?
Yeah, I did my research.
Yeah. Well, I just know he wasn't the leading actor in this movie.
That's fine.
Alec Baldwin also had a small cameo role and kind of stole the scenes he was in. If you haven't seen The Departed, it's a movie you have to watch.
It's a must-see.
Yeah.
Must-see.
I don't know that I've seen it.
Well, we will watch it after the Super Bowl, of course.
Yeah. About 10:34 tonight.
Yeah, we'll watch it.
Okay.
It's only 3 hours long. You got plenty of time.
Yeah. Good times.
So after The Departed, he does The Shooter.
Okay, this is the Hitman movie.
Sniper, I would.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Was this the one over in filming Iraq or something like that?
No.
All right.
This was like a sniper who gets framed for a crime, and then he's on the run.
Oh yes, I've seen this. Okay, he's the movie starts off. He's in the middle of the Oregon mountains or something, and they come up and they find him. Yes, I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he finds his old spotter partner's wife. She kind of takes care of him, gets him back to whatever, and I remember this. I've seen this movie.
All the bad guys.
He goes after everybody.
Yeah.
I've kind of seen that movie before with Bruce Willis and real actors, Sylvester Stallone and stuff. But,
real actor? Did you say real actor?
Oh, did I say that out loud? I meant to say I've seen it with other actors.
Such a hater.
So this movie was a hit. And it actually spawned a TV show on the USA Network recently.
Yep.
So
Have
after
not
that,
watched
he... I saw it a long time ago. It's a decent movie, but like you said, you feel like you've kind of seen it before.
Yeah, you've seen that. It's played out a lot, that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next up, he re-teams with Joaquin Phoenix in a movie called We Own the Night. Kind of similar to The Departed, story-wise.
Yeah.
About like cops and going undercover.
Again, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, he plays a lot of cop roles.
Well, it's because he was a bad guy growing up. Legit.
Yeah.
He's trying to right the wrongs. I get it. But I get what he's trying to do. I ain't buying it, but I mean, I get what he's trying to do.
This is a good movie.
Yeah.
Joaquin is the their father is played by Robert Duvall, classic actor.
Mm-hmm.
Wahlberg is the straight-laced cop, and Joaquin is the guy who kind of runs a nightclub and gets mixed up with the European mob. It's a good one.
You don't want to mess with the mob. Let's just put it that way. Not good.
No.
Not good at all.
So this is where things in his career start to get a little haywire.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie called The Happening.
Yeah, this is where the wind is killing everybody.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, completely not believable whatsoever. This has your actress in it that you like on that Netflix show.
Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe, yeah.
Deschanel.
Yeah. Let's just say Mark Wahlberg, Airborne. He's a teacher, and
a science
there's like
teacher,
this
no less.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a science like that's even believable. Come on, But let's just say there's the trees and Mother Nature is taking back the world, and when the wind blows, it has something in it, and you inhale it, and it makes you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was a tough one
or kill yourself.
Yeah, that one was a tough one. I didn't really like that one too much.
I really got a feeling that when they made this movie, somebody said, "Hey, this is happening," and they were like, "Oh, I thought we were like, this really is happening. Like, we're gonna make this movie. Like, we shouldn't. Like, this shouldn't be happening. Is what the name of the movie should be called." But that was done with M. Night Shyamalan, right?
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Who's famous, a famous director again. So it would seem like a good idea to work with him, but this one, I don't think there's too many people who didn't like laugh their asses off at the big plot twist.
Yeah. It was hard to believe, like, once the movie got going and you realized that they are really right in saying, "Oh, the wind is killing people. Stay away from the wind." When they're in the field and the wind is blowing across the grasses and stuff like that, and they're like, "Stay away from the wind."
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's literally shots of them scared, and then shots of like the leaves blowing in the trees. It's like, not really.
I'm gonna say, this movie wasn't just trash. This movie was a straight dumpster fire right from the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I would rate this lower than Harry Potter.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. So you're offending all kinds of people there.
Just being honest, folks. That's what I do. I bring the honesty to the radio.
So what I would say is, though, if you watch the first 20 minutes of The Happening and then turn it off, it's a pretty good 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It starts good.
Yeah.
If you just want to leave it to your imagination about what's causing people to flip out and kill each other,
there you go.
You'll come up with a better reason than the trees, and you'll enjoy it more.
When the lady picks up the cop's gun and shoots herself in the head, you're like, "Oh, where's this going?" And then all of a sudden you find out it's the wind. You're like, come on, change the channel.
So after that, another flop, he does the movie Max Payne based on the video game.
Yes. This movie's garbage.
Yeah, so I have this on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
It's a movie that looks interesting. It's kind of black and white, but it's not a traditional black and white. It's like a animated kind of black and white.
Well, it's like a ripoff of the like the black and white kind of movie with like Bruce Willis and
Sin City.
Sin City. It's almost like a direct ripoff of that. Same kind of like the way they zoom in on the snowflakes falling and stuff like that. But it's, Max Payne's lacking the star power of like Bruce Willis and these other main actors. It really is.
I think it was just a terrible story. Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, as we lost Jim Deezy.
I was going to say, lost for a sec.
Hey, am I there?
There was all this stuff with like angels where all of a sudden people have like wings and they're flying around and
a lot of drug use in this movie. Surprise, surprise.
After that, he does The Lovely Bones.
Oh, this is where he's the dad. The girl gets abducted and killed in like a cornfield or something, right? I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Kind of it's a weird role for Mark Wahlberg.
It is. It's a movie directed by Peter Jackson, who did the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So
there we go. That sums up a lot right there.
You want to bash Lord of the Rings while you got a chance?
Yeah.
I must get me precious.
You don't even know the guy's name.
It's Spiegel or Smigel or whatever his name is. Hold on.
See, you don't even know his name.
I must get me precious.
You talk a lot of trash for a man that's never seen the movies.
I've seen those movies before.
Or read the books.
Listen, why would you read a book if you can watch the movie?
I'm just going to shake my head at you.
I mean, that's like 600 pages long, that book. And the movie's only, 2 hours? 2.5 hours?
Felt like 4.
3 hours? Is it really?
Yeah. They're really great movies.
Sounds like nap time to me. But,
we have opposite
hey,
opinions,
listen.
obviously.
Which is acceptable in 2021.
It is. I got my guy up on my bookshelf.
It's a picture of me. It's a picture of me, folks. That's what she's talking about.
Vigo Mortensen.
Well, let's take one more break.
All right.
We still have, somehow, even though we just talked about a bunch of movies, we still have like 20 more movies to get through.
I know.
Holy crap.
That's a ton of movies.
He doesn't even deserve all this airtime.
Wow. You're real up and down. For like a second there, you started to give him credit, and now it's like,
he pulled me on that. Once I realized the happening was all Mark Wahlberg again, I'm like, oh, crap. Here we go. He's back on the drugs again.
But I promise you, when we get back, we're going to talk about a movie that you actually like a lot. So there's that to look forward to.
Okay. All right. We'll see when we get back, folks.
And we're back.
Hey, welcome back. Hey, look, it's Melly Mels.
Hi.
She's hanging tough with us right now,
Yes.
folks.
That's right. Melly Mels, our special guest. I'm the big guy. That's Jim Deezy.
Yeah,
If
she's
you're
giving our
listening.
show some good vibrations today.
We have been talking Mark Wahlberg today. And
Yes.
before we get into one more Mark Wahlberg movie, Jim, you wanted to say something about Lord of the Rings?
I will say that Lord of the Rings, by far, I enjoy Lord of the Rings more than I've ever enjoyed Harry Potter.
Okay. And Melly Mels, what do you have to say to that?
I don't know that he's ever watched the movies. Let's just be honest right now.
I have watched all of the Lord of the Rings. I've seen them all. It's the movie with the big tower with the fiery eyeball in the middle, and the little Goonie guy that runs around saying, I must get me precious all the time.
What was it? Would you call him Bimbo Baggins? Is that
Bimbo
his name?
Baggins. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bimbo Baggins.
Yep.
Spiegel
I'm
or
convinced.
Smigel or it's.
We're talking about two different people.
I just don't
Anyway.
understand why nobody wears shoes in any of these movies. I mean, what the heck's going on?
I guess for him that's an improvement, but he just hasn't. He has a hard time with fantasy. That's all.
Okay, Lord of the Rings is the guy in the white beard that looks like Merlin with the big staff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I've seen them all. They got
Yeah,
the Dark Tower, the
Well, you haven't
you watch
seen all the
them all?
Harry Potter.
I can't,
You only
can't
watched
do it,
one of
man.
those, right?
I just listen. I lost all interest in Harry Potter when I saw the kids jumping off the train platform into some imaginary boom. They're on the
like the
tracks and they're
beginning.
gone. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought I
That's
was
the
about
first movie.
I thought I was like an hour into the movie at that point. I don't know. It felt like forever. I was watching it.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
So, at some point, we'll do an episode where we rank exactly what are the worst movies, because that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're talking Mark Wahlberg, and
Yeah.
we've realized that we're 45 minutes into the show, and there's no way we can talk about all his movies. So we're
gonna
going
come
to
back and do
return.
a part 2. Yeah.
We'll return with a part 2. But before we go, we want to end on a high note.
Yes.
And I think it's my favorite Mark Wahlberg movie. It's called The Other Guys.
Yes. With Will Ferrell.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Yeah, that
Michael
was an
Keaton
awesome movie.
is also in the movie.
Oh,
Samuel
it's-
Jackson and The Rock are in it.
Very briefly.
Yeah.
Listen, the Michael Keaton, TLC references through the movie are hilarious.
Yes.
I will say, Mark Wahlberg's character when he's sitting at the table with Will Ferrell's wife, unconvinced that
great.
that's Will Ferrell's wife. Probably one of the funniest scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
I love
once
you,
you,
Cheryl. I love you, Cheryl.
That was Eva Mendes, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
One of my favorite things. Michael Keaton just is awesome in the movie, and I love that when they go to visit him and he's working at Bed Bath and Beyond as like a second job.
Yeah. We got a rapist on the loose.
No, I'm sorry, wrong job. I
wrong
meant
job.
to say towels are over there.
Listen, Michael Keaton, one of my favorite actors anyway. The best Batman. Let's just put that out there. But we'll save that for another episode.
I love how no matter what we do, you always bring up these hot button topics and just throw it out there, expecting we're just going to ignore it and move on.
He is let's be honest, Michael Keaton is the best Batman.
I don't know. I Christian Bale, I think, is probably.
Christian Bale is probably the darker of the Batmans. I think the Michael Keaton Batman was probably the most relatable, funny one. But Christian Bale is very dark. If you're going to go with the better action-packed Batman, I would go with the Christian Bale Batman. I would forget all the other Batmans.
Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Ben Affleck.
Yeah. None of them should have been Batman.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Just like we planned it, we finished our Mark Wahlberg discussion by arguing over Batman.
I will say though, The Other Guys, folks, if you have not seen The Other Guys movie with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, notice I said Mark Wahlberg first because that's what this show's about. You're doing yourself a disservice, and you're frankly un-American.
I will say it's one of those rare movies that I watch over and over again. It's like that one and Step Brothers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll just watch it anytime. So that's our Mark Wahlberg discussion. We'll come back for a part 2 at some point.
Okay.
But we have to have time for Baloney Nation because we've got some text messages to the hotline.
Oh, boy.
Again, if you want to reach out to us, it's 585-484-1770. You can leave a voicemail or send us a text message.
Absolutely. And we'll answer them on air.
So our first text message actually references Melly Mels.
What?
This is a text message that says, just got done listening to the Cobra Kai episode with Melly Mels and wanted to say what a great episode. I think Baloney Nation needs to hear more from Melly Mels.
I'm feeling like she... Did you text it? Is the number ending 44? Because then that came from herself.
I was going to say, does she have a second burner account?
I'm thinking she's got a burner phone, folks.
For sure.
What do you think, Jim?
I mean, I listen. She brings some much needed, some much needed wisdom to the point of view of the show, I guess. And I'm all about, making sure that we're helping advance the career of other people now that we're big time, Hell yeah. Hey, and if it makes our family of Baloney Nation heads happy to bring one of the Blockhead Nation folks onto our show, hey, whatever we need to do.
And I mean, let's face it, she's back here this week, so
I mean,
Melly
clearly
Mels must be doing something right.
Yeah, clearly the people have spoken, and clearly, we're listening, because that's what we do. We listen to our listeners.
And if you want to contact us and let us know, should there be more Melly Mels? Should there be less Melly Mels? Just let us know. 585-484-1770.
Yeah. We'll hear you.
Our next question, again, I think our viewers listen to the show. They get to know you. They know what you like. They want to know, what are your top 5 Chicago songs?
Ooh. All right. Number 1. Well, it's the one we used to listen to in the car in front of your house growing up. Wait a minute. I can't remember the name of the song now.
What?
Yeah,
what the heck's the name of the song?
Jim
what
Deezy
kind of
here.
man would I be?
No, it's Blonde Hair in the Wind. I picture you
come
on
to
a
my
beat.
senses.
Yes, you come to my senses. That's it. I was just testing her, folks, to see if she was paying attention. I'd probably have to go with a classic Chicago Stay the Night because, Peter Cetera doing the video. He's in a 4-wheel drive, monster truck looking vehicle. He gets, the truck explodes. He's still singing while he's on a stretcher dying. I mean, that's a great video. Great song too. I'm going to have to go probably, this is iffy. This is touchy because Peter Cetera split off in Chicago and Gloria Love is Peter Cetera, but I think he still sings it when he's on tour, doesn't he?
I don't know.
But you're going to have to go with Chasing the Wind. You're going to have to go with Look Away. These are all classic Chicago songs.
Now, it sounds like you're more of a Peter Cetera Chicago guy than a 70s Chicago guy.
Yeah, I like the Peter Cetera era. And then when Peter Cetera left, I like the fact that Chicago stayed true and still did all the instruments and stuff like that that made them famous, all the horns and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, if you want to hear a band actually sound like a band and play instruments. See, folks, instruments are these devices that you put up to your mouth and you blow into. It's not like all this new stuff that's out there today where you just push buttons and it does it for you. These guys actually played instruments.
They did.
I know a lot of school budgets don't have money for that kind of thing these days, but instruments make music.
Wow. And we did see them in concert.
Yes, we did.
About, I don't know, 15 years ago-ish.
State
Fair. A while ago.
No, we went to Saratoga Springs to see him, and we actually had a funny thing happen.
Yeah, we did have a really awesome thing happen.
We had bought tickets, and we were standing by a tree, right? And somebody came up to us and gave us their tickets and put us right down by the stage, or towards the stage.
Yeah, our tickets, we wouldn't have been able to see them like in person. We just saw them on the video wall.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool, and they really rocked it up for old guys.
Yeah,
it was them and the Doobie Brothers.
Oh wow,
the Doobie Brothers. Yeah.
Was Michael McDonald there, or not that version?
No, not that version.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, man, these guys really can rock it
out.
Do it. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. How about this for a question? Could Rocky Balboa exist in the Karate Kid universe?
Well, I think Rocky could exist in the Karate Kid universe. I think Rocky would kick the crap out of all of them. I mean, obviously we'd have our training montage and stuff like that. He'd probably get beat up by Kreese and somebody maybe, in the beginning of the movie, and then they'd have to train and stuff like that, and then he'd win in the end. It writes itself.
That would be interesting, though. Like Rocky versus Mr. Miyagi. I don't know.
Ooh, here's the thing: Miyagi might get off a couple good kicks, but I think Rocky just pummel him. I mean, there was such a size difference there.
I don't think anyone's ever landed a punch on Miyagi, though.
I know he stayed protected throughout that franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, they made sure he never looked weak.
Well, maybe Cobra Kai season 4. Who knows? Maybe Stallone will show up.
Ooh, that would be awesome. I'd love to see it. Rambo. All of a sudden, Rambo remembers Kreese from out in the jungle.
Oh.
Ooh.
There you go.
Folks, this writes itself.
Yeah.
Credit to Talkin Baloney for that, folks, when they write it in season 5.
Mm-hmm.
And credit to Baloney Nation for the great questions, as always.
Yes.
585-484-1770. And Jim, as you're demonstrating with the hoodie and the T-shirt, you can buy stuff at talkinbaloney.com.
Yeah. Boom. You want to give us a quick little flash, Melly Mels, of the shirt you got?
A flash? Because it'll literally be a flash.
Talkin Baloney. There it is,
Did
folks.
you see it?
Yeah, we saw it.
Okay.
Talkin Baloney. It's a PG-rated show. I don't know what kind of flashing you're thinking of. I was merely saying, flash the merch. Let folks know you can buy it. Use the promo code 2021. Get a discount.
I think there's a few more days left. You can still take advantage of the sale.
Yep.
Save 20%. And
yes.
Next week, Jim.
Listen, buy your loved one something for Valentine's Day.
It's
Talkin
coming up.
Baloney.
Yeah.
Coming right around the corner.
And
yes, next week.
Next week is a special episode. It's Valentine's Day for everyone in Baloney Nation. It's also our 1-year anniversary
of the show. This is insane.
And our 50th episode.
50, folks. That's a 5 and a 0. 50.
So
insane.
It's going to be a historic week next week.
Yeah, we might have to bring out some surprises and some. We might have to drink on air next week.
You still have that eggnog left?
Yeah, I still got the eggnog. It's in the refrigerator. I don't even know if it's good anymore.
Probably not.
I think it might be more fun if it's not good, though. So, for the good of the show, you might have to.
We might have to bring out the eggnog next week, folks. The special Talkin Baloney eggnog.
All right. Thanks, Melly Mels, for being on again.
Thanks, Melly Mels. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for being on this episode. You're welcome. We'll see what your nation of blockheads think, of your show today. We'll discuss things down the road.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
All right, folks. Listen. Stay classy, folks. Stay classy. It's a new year.
Yeah. Keep wearing the masks.
And wash your damn hands. It's not that hard. Scrub, 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 scrub.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.